27:1. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, his eyes were dim, so that he could not see. He called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold, now I am old, and I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and bring it. Okay. Now at this time Isaac was old, and he was blinded, because he was old. Alright. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loved, and thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. Okay. Now the reason she said that, because she remembered what the seer said to her, that the elder shall serve the younger. Okay. So she knew that the blessing was going to go to Jacob. Alright. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man. And that's another indicator of you Caucasians. You are very hairy. And the hair that you produce is like that of a goat. 2 kids of the goats. Oh, that's the spirit. And I am a smooth man. Alright, because most jakes they don't produce that much body hair like that, man. I'm kind of smooth. Alright. It says, My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and it shall bring a curse upon me, not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son, only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother, and his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. Alright, showing how excessively hairy Esau was, which is the father of you Caucasians, because y'all produce a lot of body hair. Even your women do. Having them, oh God, man, having like long, extensive amounts of hair on their forearm and back, and all madness. Okay, and upon the smooth of his neck, because you generate a lot of back hair too. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. What art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau thy firstborn. I have done according as thou hast bidden me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may be blessed. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy power brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and felt him. And he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. Okay. Verse 23. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drunk. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelt the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee the dew of heaven, alright, and the fatness of the earth, which that's talking about the riches or the good things of the earth, alright, and put the help me out. What is that? The riches of the earth, alright, and plenty of corn and wine. Okay, it says, let people serve thee. Okay, now if you a king, which a king is like a ruler or a master, okay, he has what? Servants. Okay, which a servant is a slave unto who? Their master. Okay, so it says, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. If you bow down to someone, that means you are submitting yourself to that person you bow down to. It says, be Lord over thy brethren, which are the other nations, and let thy mother's sons, talking about Esau's children, bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed is he that blesseth thee. Alright, and that's what? The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom that was promised to go through the line of Abraham to Isaac, and it fell on Jacob. Okay, it said, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, the other nations, alright, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Fulfilling what? Genesis 25 and 23. That the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, Jacob was yet scarce out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from hunting, and he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. That's right. Okay. And Esau heard the words of his father, and he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. Okay. And he said, this is Esau speaking, is he not rightly named Jacob? Which the name Jacob in the Hebrew is Yaakov, which means he's supplanted. Okay. Alright. For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, which we just read. Esau sold his birthright, alright, for a pottage of lentils and bread, red pottage, for a piece of meat. Alright. He despised his birthright. So he didn't take it away from him. He gave it to him. He sold it to him, and he despised it. So he lying. And behold, now he taketh away my blessing. And that blessing was what? That Jacob will have rulership over the other nations and over his brother. Fulfilling what? That which the Lord spoke, saying that the elder shall serve the younger. So he didn't take it away from him. It was already set up through the Spirit by the Heavenly Father. And he said, Hast thou not received a blessing for me? Reserve a blessing for me? Talking about Esau. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Okay, let me get that in Hebrews real quick. Alright, Hebrews 12 and 16. Alright. It says, lest thou be any fornicator or profane person, which the word profane comes from the Greek word profana, which means pro meaning before, alright, or outside, before, alright, and phena means temple, meaning before the temple or outside the temple, alright. So Esau is outside the congregation of the Lord. It says, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterwards, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Alright? That's right. Just as the kingdom of heaven, alright, it fell on Jacob and his sons, alright? Esau being rejected, alright, by the Lord, fell on him and his descendants, the nation of Edom. Alright. Genesis 27 and 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. Alright. So Esau had a kingdom, okay, which we're in right now, okay, because it says, For by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, okay, alright. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck, okay. And it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Okay? Alright? And Esau is the so-called white man. And that's how he obtained the rulership or the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, is through what? The sword. Alright? Because he's the thief. Alright? So, what's been proven? The kingdom of heaven was promised to the nation of Israel before the foundation of the earth, man. That's plain. That's right. 44 and 19. Sirach 44:19. It says, Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant of his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations and his seed through Isaac, that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the uttermost part of the land. Alright. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men, and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portions. Among the 12 tribes did he part them. Okay. That's right. Alright. The prayer of Azarias, verse 12. It says, And cause thy mercy to depart from us. Cause not thy mercy to depart from us, for thy beloved Abraham's sake, for thy servant Isaac's sake, and for thy holy Israel's sake, to whom thou hast spoken and promised, that thou wouldest multiply their seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand that layeth upon the seashore.